All right, let's bring in Al Jazeera legal contributor Jami Floyd. I'm sure the justices never thought years ago that they would be talking about apps and technology, much less the founding fathers. My goodness. Let's talk about, though, where we are now, Jami. What do you think the justices will rule in a case like this? Where do cell phones fit into the Fourth Amendment?
Well, this is a really hard one to predict. I mean, even the justices themselves clearly have a wide range of understanding of their own cell phones.
Exactly.
If they stop Justice Breyer, they're not going to even be able to get into his cell phone. He doesn't know his password. Well, you know, the interesting thing is, as you point out, when the Fourth Amendment was written, they never could anticipate this kind of technology. But the thing about the Constitution is it's supposed to be a living document, right?
Absolutely.
And it changes with the time and the technology. So the tension here is whether or not, when a police officer pulls you over, in each of these cases were pullover cases, the defendants being in their cars, is your cell phone more like a cigarette carton, which is the precedent they're using in this case, the crumpled up cigarette carton that police are entitled to search? Is it more like that, or something else in plain view in your car? Or is it more like a search of your home, which police can't do without a warrant? Well, right. If you had your laptop in your car, would they be entitled to then search that if it's closed and locked? The glove compartment if it's locked? So these are the questions. Is it more like the trunk of your car, or is it more like your home? Is it more like your brain? What is the cell phone? Is it like your person? Do you have a reasonable expectation of privacy that requires police to go and get a separate warrant because you, in the Fourth Amendment, retain extra privacy in your cell phone? And
do you have a reasonable expectation of privacy? Because some of the things that are on your cell phone, for example, Facebook and Twitter, you don't really have an expectation of privacy when it comes to things like that. You can get that anywhere, not just on your cell phone.
Let's let everybody know. You have no privacy. If you've put it up there on Twitter or on Facebook, and there have been arrests made, I mean, it may be hard for you to believe that people would actually arrange a drug swap on Twitter, but it has been done.
Criminals can be dumb. They can be very smart, but they can be really dumb. Exactly.
And so the police go and they arrest you based on what you've posted on Twitter, and that is perfectly legitimate. There's no Supreme Court case there. It never even gets to the court because you posted that publicly. This is about what you may keep privately on your phone, your bank records, your prescriptions, and other medical records, not to mention your contacts. Why should my phone number for you be available to law enforcement? Why should anything about you be available if I am pulled over?
So these are the things that they have to grapple with. Let's talk about the fact that the president has been under fire, quite frankly, for the amount of intelligence that they have gathered without people knowing, and going over people's cell phone records, and he has proposed reforms. Is that any help to the justices as they grapple with these issues?
Well, a legal scholar would tell you with a very narrow view that the NSA and that privacy case is separate and apart from this Fourth Amendment privacy case. A very scholarly, narrow view would point out that the precedents that the justices will look at for this case are different from the precedents the justices will look at for the NSA case. But a civil libertarian would tell you that citizens should be concerned and that the cases are similar, that both cases have to do with our privacy in this new era of technology. And what does it mean when law enforcement or government, as broadly defined, looks at our privacy through the prism of the new technology to which we all avail ourselves? Have we given up our privacy? And what legitimate interests do government officials, whether they're federal or local or state, have in investigating that realm in the interest of protecting us all?
Okay, everyone's going to be waiting for the decision.
It's going to be a big one.
A lot of ramifications for this one. Jami Floyd, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Absolutely.